Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, a great Black Friday weekend. Hope you got to see your friends and family and had a good time. And hopefully, you got a chance to get over to the movie theater and see Creed 2 because that's the one I'm going to review today. I saw it actually Wednesday night. Me and my boys went to go see it, and I was impressed. So, before I begin, let me just say if you like the video, please press the like button and subscribe and hit that notification button so you're notified when I make new videos. Okay, so Creed 2. This one is the second part of the first Creed movie, which, if you are not familiar, Rocky, after the whole Rocky franchise went through, what is it, 5 different, possibly 6, I'm not sure, movies. Years later, they came back, and Sylvester Stallone, who stars in both the first and second movie, decided that he was going to play off of Apollo Creed. So basically, in Creed 1, we have Apollo Creed's long lost son, who Phylicia Rashad, who plays Creed's wife, who is now his widow, ends up going to, the orphanage, finding this young man who is not her son. So basically, Creed stepped out of his marriage on her to have an affair and have this child with another woman. And apparently, she passed away. So he ended up in the system. And once she caught wind of this, she went to get him. This is all part of part one that took place. And in part one, Creed met Stallone, the man who his father was like best friends with and who he convinced basically to train him so that he can be a boxer as well. So that's basically part one. Now, and also in part one, Michael B. Jordan, who is the star here, Creed, Adonis Creed is his name. He has a girlfriend, Bianca, and that character is played by Tessa Thompson, and I love her. These two have great chemistry on the screen. They do a very good job of making their relationship and their trials and tribulations extremely believable. So I definitely like them as a couple. In this movie, we not only, like I said, Sylvester Stallone, Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson. We also have Wood Harris. He is a very well known amongst the black community, a black actor. He was in Creed 1 as the coach there that Adonis was trying to get to coach him because he comes from the gym that Adonis's father first began working in, going to the gym. And apparently his father was, and I'm speaking about Wood Harris's character again, his father was Creed's coach, so that's where he comes from. He's in this one also. Let me see. We have the return of Phylicia Rashad, like I said, who plays Adonis's mother, adopted mother. And in this one, we have a new director. It's not Michael Coolidge this time around. This director, his name is Stephen Caple Jr., okay? So what I did do also is listen to interviews about this movie, and what they were very clear about is that on the set of Creed movie, they became a family. They spend a lot of time together. They all get along real well. They speak to each other outside of the movie itself. And that with the second time around new director, this guy stepped in and just immediately grabbed the reins and, took right over where Michael Coolidge had left off. They said he was very much a part of the family as well, which is also great when you have a full cast that is cohesive, can work together, and do their best job because of it. So here, like it's okay. So in this one also, Adonis ends up basically being he fights, and they show this. And by the way, there's no spoilers here. I'm not trying to spoil this movie because it hasn't even been out a full week. Should have said that earlier. Sorry. So in the previews, that's what I'm going to go off of. If you watched the trailer, that's all I'm giving you here. I'm not trying to ruin anything for you, okay? So in the trailer, you do see that Adonis ends up fighting and having to fight Drago's son, who's right there, same age. Drago's son is played by Florian Munteanu. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. This guy's huge. He's like 6'4", and like Michael B. Jordan is 6 feet tall. And he's freaking massive. Like, that dude looks like he's a WNBA fighter and who's been living that well-tuned workout life for his entire life. That's what he looks like. He's kind of handsome too, I'll give him that. He's no Michael B. Jordan, but he looks good too. So anyway, in this movie, you see, and my favorite thing, If you are really a Rocky fan, you do know that what Stallone is excellent at, because he's the one who, wrote these movies, these stories. He's the one who started all this. What he is excellent at is showing you how somebody can come up against an obstacle that is so huge that they know it's going to take everything inside of them. They're going to have to work harder than they ever had to, get over, to beat this thing standing in front of them that they're trying to get past. And what he also is very good at showing is the people around you. The people around you. They will definitely tell you they do not think you can do this. He did it excellent in Rocky 4 when Rocky fought Drago himself. He showed that even his wife, you can't win. I'll never forget that line. Okay, so you do see a lot of that taking place here. This is what he's up against. And they show him doing his insane workout module here thing. But the thing is, they take him completely out of the regular gyms that they go to. They have gone off to, it looks like some kind of desert place that they're in. There's nothing there but fighters. I mean, like some streets, some live, eat, sleep, and breed for this fighting thing. That's who's there, and that's the atmosphere that they take Michael B. Jordan in. And you get to see him go through it, okay? And not to mention, of course, there's this fight going on here, but there's other things that are taking place here too. There's, like I said, Michael B. Jordan was shown that a lot of the people around him did not think he was capable of doing what he needs to do. So, there was arguments. They were, not getting along. And then, of course, there is, and you saw this in the trailer too, Bianca gets pregnant with their baby girl, and you see him trying to see himself slip into the father role, as well as, being able to move on and do this fight that he's been training for. So he, in a sense, he's grown up a lot, Adonis. He went from living with mom in the first one to moving out on his own to meeting his woman. I'm going to give this movie myself, I'm going to give it 8.5. I thought this was a very well written, directed, acted movie. Acted movie. It's very good. I highly recommend that you see it. If you are not familiar with the Rocky franchise of movies, I highly suggest that you get with them. Me, myself, as far as Rocky movies go, 1 and 2, you got to watch them to know what goes on. You have to watch them. They're not my favorite. They're not. My favorite Rocky movies are 3 and 4. 3 is when he fights Mr. T, and when Apollo Creed takes Rocky and trains him on how to fight. This is such a good movie. And then 4 is where Rocky fights the Russian, Drago, which is what wrapped around here. This is an excellent franchise of movies, to watch. Always watch when they come out. And I'm going to say this too. I believe that they can carry this on. They do not have to stop at Creed 2. They don't. I know a lot of people don't like, them to continue on, but I believe this movie is going to make the kind of money it needs to get into all their heads. Yeah, we'll be back around at least for a third time. It's totally doable here. So, yeah, if you get a chance, please see the movie. It is worth the time. Highly recommend it, okay? So let me know what you think, if you have seen the movie or if you have any comments. Thanks for watching.